Woo, man. We can't beat them. We cannot beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They psychologically own us. Patrick Mahomes. You know, you got that $500 million contract. You know what you should do with it? You should invest in some stock in the Baltimore Ravens because you already own this team. You really, really own this team. You might as well invest in it, you know, like really, and invest in part ownership for the Baltimore Ravens because you already own it. You own Lamar, you own our coaching staff, you own our defense, man. Our Ravens defense is worse than your practice squad defense. You would have a harder time in practice beating them than beating our Ravens defense. Why? Because you own our Ravens defense. You own Lamar Jackson. You own all of our coaching staff. You own us. You own us. So Patrick Mahomes, please, man, take some of that money and invest in part ownership for the Ravens. Please do yourself a favor. Get some sort of stock. Get some level of ownership, some percentage. Because right now, you already own it. You might as well expand business-wise. This is a gold mine. This is an easy W for the Chiefs. Oh, we got the Ravens? Man, we psychologically own these dudes. They can't compete with us. They're not real Super Bowl champs. We're real Super Bowl champs, and we're real Super Bowl contenders. Those guys? Shit. I gotta apologize because I said Super Bowl champs for the Ravens. Ravens and Super Bowl champs does not deserve to be in the same sentence since Ray Lewis and Ed Reed left the team. When Ray Lewis retired and Ed Reed left, this team no longer should be in the conversation for Super Bowl champs, Super Bowl contenders. You know why? Because they're fake. Let me sit down for a quick second. You know what the Ravens are? You know what they are? They're fake diamonds. They're shiny. They've got this new toy. Oh my God, they're shiny. They look so authentic. They really look real. But at the end of the day, they're fake. They're worthless. They hold no weight. That is what the Ravens have been since Ray Lewis retired and Ed Reed left the team. They're fake. And it starts with that defense. Oh. It's time to keep it real on my team. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to get too stressed out about this. I'm going to air them out, but I'm not going to get too stressed out. Why? Because the Miami Heat are in the NBA Finals. Unlike the Ravens, the Miami Heat understand their discipline and they understand how to show up in the moment. When you are on the big stage, you've got to play like that. Win or lose, you've got to play like you're on the big stage. The Heat understand that. The Ravens don't. So I'm going to watch the Miami Heat compete in the finals. Whether we win or lose, I know they're going to be ready for that moment. Baltimore, don't even think. I don't give a damn if we go 15-1 for the host. You could beat every other guy. Every of the other teams, the remaining teams of the season, win all of them, go 15-1. It doesn't matter. You can't beat the Chiefs. You can't beat the Chiefs, so you're not going to the Super Bowl. Let's start. John Harbaugh. You as a coach, you have to be able to motivate and rally your team. They have to be able to rally around you, good or bad. You see what's going on in Kansas City with Andy Reid? They are able to rally behind him. He doesn't have to be vocal, but he understands his team. So no matter what the situation is, they know what they're doing. John, you don't have that quality. You didn't have it back in the day. A big reason we won that Super Bowl happened to deal with the leadership of Ray Lewis and the guidance of Ed Reed. They were the ones leading this team. They were the ones motivating our players to go out there and play great. Not you. You were just the head coach. Which is what everybody brought up right around 2 years ago when we thought both you and Flacco needed to pack your bags and get out of Baltimore. Don't get me wrong, you're a great head coach. One of the best head coaches in the league. You just don't have that quality. You don't have that quality that Bill Belichick has. You don't have it in you. No matter what, a Bill Belichick-led team is not going to go out there and play as undisciplined as we play today, especially not on the big stage. It's not going to happen. You see what he's doing out there? You see what he's doing out there with Cam Newton? Despite Tom Brady being gone, that team still rallies behind that coach, and they're still disciplined. You've got these players on offense and defense, and they're not disciplined. Mistakes, idiotic penalties, and that all goes to the head coach. You barely have any control on this team. Oh, yeah, they all love John Harbaugh. That's our coach. We got him. But you don't have that quality that Bill Belichick has. That quality that no matter what, we're not going to make our head coach look bad by going out there and playing undisciplined. You don't have that quality. If it wasn't for Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and that crew keeping the team together and motivating that team, I'm not 100% sure our team would have been that disciplined to go on that Super Bowl run back in 2012. I'm so disappointed in you, John Harbaugh. I'm so disappointed in you. Time and time again. Your defense goes out there. They're supposed to be great. And what do they go out there and do? They get exposed. They get embarrassed. When you think they can show up on the biggest stage, what do? They expose themselves. Last year in the playoffs, you give up 28 points and Derrick Henry runs all over that defense. Now we got all these pieces. We got Calais Campbell, and we got Derek Wolfe, and look at us. Now Marcus Peters, he's on the team. He's going to be ready this year. When we went up against the Chiefs, he wasn't here, and that guy wasn't here. That guy wasn't here. Doesn't matter. Because why? You as a head coach, you don't lead a disciplined squad when it comes to these big moments. You're a great head coach, but you don't have that it factor. You don't. And it's crazy to see that Andy Reid has that it factor. Considering the fact that he couldn't do anything in Philadelphia, which really speaks for Philadelphia. But he's found something here in Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes. And again, he has that advantage of having the best quarterback in the league. But one thing's for sure is, even with that, he's going to have his team out there be disciplined. And I didn't see that from you. All I did was see you yell at the refs like you always do and sit there with that same sad look on your face as your defense goes out there and embarrasses themselves once again. I'm done with you. I'm not going to sit here and say you should get fired. I don't think you're going to get fired. But I have nothing to do. I just don't trust you as a head coach anymore. Next up, Wake Martindale. I do not know what to say about you. Can you not do anything else besides blitz? What type of idiotic play calling was this on the defense? Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs were carving this defense up, and it was easy. It was easy. They basically had our defensive game plan because all we wanted to do was blitz, 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 blitz. 3-man blitz. That didn't work against Mahomes. All right, well, let's blitz 4. Oh, that didn't work. Well, let's blitz. Why do you keep blitzing? Why do you keep blitzing? It's not working. Mahomes is carving up your defense. And one thing I don't understand. I don't understand how Baltimore does not know how to defend against the screen. Because every time Kansas City faces off against us, they kill us with the screen. They demolish us with the screen. Every time. This defense doesn't know how to defend the screen. And all we want to continue to do is blitz, 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 blitz. Why do we continue to blitz? Because our pass rush is garbage. And it's not getting any better, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Judon is just a guy. He's not great. He's barely average. In some people's opinion, he is trash. But he's just a guy. He's not going to elevate his play. He's just a guy. Just a normal dude. Just a normal player on any other roster. He's nothing special. He's nothing special as a pass rusher. And this hurts me. because I'm watching my main man Darius Smith with the Packers go out there and just dominate on Sunday Night Football. And I'm sitting there wishing this guy was on the team. I will always look back and wonder why this team couldn't keep Zadarius Smith. We could have really used this guy. Matthew Judon, he's just a guy. Patrick Queen, I'm not going to get on Patrick Queen. He's a rookie. He's a rookie being thrown into the fire. It's week 3. I'm not expecting him to go out there and be a 7-year veteran that knows what he's doing. He's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes like that. So I'm not going to get on him. Marcus Peters. You know, part of me wants to blame Marcus Peters and just get so mad at him. But at the end of the day, Baltimore knew what we were getting into with Marcus Peters. He's a ball hawk, but he's going to whiff on plays. And when he whiffs, it's going to be a big play for the opponent. He whiffed so hard in this game. He whiffed against Coleman. He whiffed against Tyreek Hill. He just looked sad. Just sad. And Kansas City knew that. That's why they kept testing him. They know Marcus Peters better than anyone. Why do you think they let this dude go? Oh, yeah, he's a ball hawk. But trust me, he's going to bite on a couple of plays and he's going to whiff bad. And that's all Kansas City needed to take this advantage of our defense. That defensive front not showing up for half the game. Pass rush can't do a damn thing. Secondary getting cremated by Travis Kelce, by Tyreek Hill, by Coleman. Then you got this man, Hilaire, out there just carving up our defense all night. Both in the run and pass game. He's just doing his thing. This defense is just, it's just fake. They're a bunch of frauds. They look great on paper with all these Pro Bowlers and all pros. But it's not worth anything. It's not. You got a couple players that stand out. Marlon Humphrey stands out, but Marlon Humphrey is just one player. Calais Campbell actually did something today, but Calais Campbell's not the whole defense. What am I supposed to do with that? Sean Elliott was useless today. The secondary, for the most part, was just useless today. The pass rush was non-existent. And Mahomes had all day to do whatever he wanted. And when he didn't have time, and they moved him out of the pocket, he still carved up that defense. Pathetic. I've got nothing to say about this defense. It hasn't been the same since Ray Lewis and Ed Reed departed, and they still continue not be the same. We cannot keep talking about this Ravens defense as being great. It will never match up to the defense of the 2000s. It will never get close to matching up to that. Sad. Now let's get on to the offense. Greg Roman. Your play calling today was absolutely garbage. You know Kansas City cannot stop the run. You know this. Yet you continue to throw the ball. Pass. You get 3 yards on the run. Okay, it's 2nd and 7. Let's throw the ball. Why are you doing that? You know Kansas City's defense they can't defend the run well. You know this. We have 3 great backs in Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, and we're not even using them. Gus Edwards, when he was running the ball, he was doing his thing. Mark Ingram, not so much. J.K. Dobbins barely got a look, which I'm confused for. Why isn't J.K. Dobbins getting more touches? This seems like a game where he could have eaten. Him and Gus could have really eaten in this game if we would have used our minds on offense. But Greg Roman, nah, this guy doesn't use his mind. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. I'm so frustrated. This play calling was so garbage. You are killing them in the run game, and you choose to move away to that to continue to pass the ball. Throw. With these receivers, what are you thinking? And speaking of that, the only player that will technically play for the offense, but the only player that really showed up for the offense today was Devin Duvernay, because he ran back a 93-yard kick return. The guy has some speed. Could be very useful in the pass game if you put him on the offense and give him a bunch of snaps. I'm sorry, we're not going to do that? The guy that was actually making plays today and showed off his speed, we're not going to put him on the field with Lamar Jackson in that offense? We're not going to do it? Okay, let's be stupid. Willie Snead didn't do a goddamn thing. So you know who could have been in that spot? Devin Duvernay. You could have put him in the slot. You could have done something there. But you know what? We didn't do that. Because Greg Roman doesn't know what he's doing on the offense. This offense, when you really look down to it, when it comes to the run game, they're so confusing. But if you find a way to stop the run, this pass game is so one-dimensional. I mean, for God's sakes, you already know what's gonna happen. Boykin, he's not getting squat. Willie Snead, he might get a couple looks. The defense knew it from the start. Lamar Jackson only targets like 2 guys. He's gonna either target Hollywood Brown or he's gonna target Mark Andrews. Just defend for that. That's all Kansas City did. When it came to the pass, just defend for Mark Andrews, just defend for Hollywood Brown. The rest of them, they're not gonna do a damn thing. Maybe you could put some pressure on them by bringing in Devin Duvernay, but we're not gonna do that. That's why would we try to think on offense and be creative and somehow? I don't know. I don't know. This guy Greg Roman, his play calling is just god awful. It's trash. He doesn't know what he's doing in the pass game. It's an embarrassment. Both him and Wink Martindale should be ashamed of themselves today. And honestly, this is what they are. This is what they are as coordinators. All Wink Martindale knows how to do is blitz, 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 blitz. If you meet a team that could beat the blitz like the Chiefs, well, we're just gonna sit back and get our defense carved up. With the offense with Greg Roman, if you can find a way to stop our run, well, we're just gonna sit back and not produce on offense. Pathetic. The Chiefs, they probably knew our offensive game too, because trust me, they were getting to the spots they knew Lamar Jackson was gonna target to, and they really should have had like 3 picks in this game. They played fantastic. Why? Because they know this team better than we know ourselves. Greg Roman's pathetic. Pathetic. All you know how to do is run the ball. That's it. And you can't even stick to your strengths. You don't know a damn thing about throwing the football. You don't know shit. I'm about to pop off. I'm about to pop off and just say some things I don't want to say, man. I'm really about to pop off because I'm like so disgusted with Greg Roman's play calling. But you know what? I'm going to leave him alone. Let's get on this offense. Mark Andrews, you want to be a big-time receiver, you got to make big-time plays. You dropped a touchdown in the end zone. You can't be doing that. Simple as that. Willie Snead, you're irrelevant. You don't do anything. Devin Duvernay, I'm so sorry they don't give you enough looks. Hollywood Brown, I'm so sorry Lamar Jackson continues to fail you as a quarterback in terms of throwing the ball down the field. I don't know what to tell you. There were several times he actually beat his defender, but either Lamar Jackson was dealing with pressure or he just didn't see him. And what's worse is that late in the game, Hollywood just beat his man easily and would have got, man, if the ball would have been placed right, that's 6 points. But what does Lamar Jackson do? Instead of floating the ball, like you see Russell Wilson do, give that ball some air, Lamar's like, I'm going to try and force it into that tight window. And it almost gets picked off. All right, I'm so sorry, Hollywood. Your quarterback's failing you. The running backs, they did what they had to do. But for the most part, when you got an offensive coordinator like Greg Roman, who doesn't want to be smart and take advantage of a team's weakness, what can you do? J.K. Dobbins is going to be wasted on this team. He's going to be wasted on this team if we're not going to utilize him. You have a weapon right now. This is a great time to develop him because eventually he's supposed to be our future. This is a great opportunity for him to come out there and do his thing. We don't even give him many looks. What a damn shame. And finally, the star of the show, the man whose jersey I am rocking, Lamar Jackson. Buddy, you are my favorite player in the league. I love with the passion you play. I love the passion you bring to the table. I love your dedication to the game. I love how you always want to try and seize that moment. But let me tell you something. You want to know the biggest difference between you and Patrick Mahomes? Well, besides the fact that Patrick Mahomes is just a far superior passer than you are. Nobody. You don't even compare. Mahomes passing and Lamar passing, They don't even compare. When you look statistically, it's close. It's definitely close. But in terms of just being a pure passer, you don't even belong in the same realm as Patrick Mahomes. And any Lamar Jackson fans that are saying that, you're being biased, and honestly, you need to stop that. So besides the fact that Mahomes is just a far superior passer than you are, the biggest difference is that, one, he's a vocal leader. When his team needs some motivation, Mahomes will speak to the team. They were down in the playoffs, and he was motivating them. When they were down in the Super Bowl, we saw he was motivating that squad. He's such a vocal leader, and his team backs him up. I'm not going to hold too much on you not being a vocal leader, but honestly, I wish you would be more of a vocal leader. When your team really needs this, I want you to get emotional. That same passion you show on the field, show it on the sideline. Go up to your offense and tell them, we got to step our game up, guys. We got to show what we've got. We've got to go out there and take it one play at a time. We don't need to panic. We don't need to try and force anything. Let's go out there and play our game because we know what we are. You don't do that. You know what you do, Lamar Jackson? You go to the bench and you pout. You sit there and you pout. And you get angry and angrier and angrier. And when you start to get angrier, you start making bad decisions. And you start to look erratic. And at that point, that's when the Chiefs defense knows they got him. He's forcing plays. He's trying to do everything himself. He's not trying to get back in the flow of the game. Another thing Mahomes knows how to do, because when Mahomes is down by double digits, he never panics, he's never worried, he's as cool as a cucumber on the sideline, because he's looking at it like, we're down, but there's still plenty of time. We take it one play at a time, and we'll find a way to score. No matter what the score is, as long as we have time, we will have an opportunity to make a play. That's all we got to do. Take it one play at a time, and hopefully we'll see what happens. That's what Mahomes can do. That's his mindset. You don't have that mindset, Lamar Jackson. You sit there and you pout and you get angry and you start to play erratic. That's a bad habit. But most importantly, the biggest difference between you and Patrick Mahomes is that Patrick Mahomes, he knows how to show up when the light shines brightest. You haven't shown us you can do that. You haven't. This was your moment. After all the things that happened to you in the playoffs, you had an opportunity. And of course, quarterbacks have bad games, but this is different. This was your opportunity to show everybody on national television that this year's going to be different. And who knows, maybe we're looking back at this video and it is different. Maybe the Ravens actually prove everybody wrong and somehow win the Super Bowl and they somehow overcome the Chiefs in the playoffs. I don't know. But you had an opportunity to show everybody what you were about on Monday Night Football. And all you showed them is that everything they've been saying about you is absolutely correct. This guy can't win big games. He cannot win big games. When the lights are shining brightest and you need him to do what he can do as a quarterback, he can't do it. That's what you've shown everybody. Ravens flock can throw all the excuses they want. Ravens flock can defend you as much as they want. But at the end of the day, time and time again, you've shown us when the lights shine brightest, you can't do it. When you get down by double digits, you don't have the ability to come back. You can't do it. You can't do it. That's what you've shown us so far. I'm not saying he can't develop into doing that. I'm not saying he's never going to do that. But so far in your career, this is what you've shown us. You've shown us you can't do it. You can't come back from a double-digit lead. You can't win when the lights shine the brightest. And most importantly, you can't beat Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes owns you. He owns you psychologically. He owns this team psychologically. The mindset he comes to the game and the mindset you come to the game are two vastly different mindsets. But he has the superior mindset. Because when he's down 17, he's chilling on the sideline with his crew and telling them, don't worry, guys, we're going to get this, man. We're going to get this. We're going to get this, man. Down 17, don't matter. Let's take it one play at a time, guys. Let's take it one play at a time. With you, you're just pouting. You're not talking to anybody. You're sitting on the sideline angry. And the cameras can see it. Everybody can see it. You are what you show. As a football player, you are what you show us on the football field. And so far, what you've shown us on the football field is that you can't win big games. You can't win when the lights shine brightest. That's what you've shown us as a quarterback so far. You could probably go out next week against Washington and throw 3 or 4 touchdowns and dominate them. No one's going to care, Lamar. No one's going to care. You could destroy the Bengals twice this year. No one's going to care, Lamar. Why? Because when the lights shine brightest and you had an opportunity to prove to us you can handle this stage, you flamed out again. And again, you're my quarterback. I love you. I love you. My quarterback. You're my favorite player, man. But this is the truth of the matter. I'm not about to sugarcoat it because Ravens flock wants to defend our quarterback. It's not going to happen. Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than you, and it's just a simple fact. He's a better quarterback, a better leader, and just a more clutch all-around quarterback than you. He's far superior to you, man. Simple as that. Doesn't take away from you as a player. You're still a great player, but Patrick Mahomes is just in a league of his own, and you're just going to have to live with it. If you want to win a Super Bowl, at some point you're going to have to get over that hump, but honestly, I don't think this team's built for it. The way they're playing right now, they're not built for it. They're not. They don't have that it factor. Miami, my squad, the Miami Heat, they had that it factor. They were on the biggest stages in the playoffs. And when they needed to make plays, they did. Everyone can say whatever they want about Jimmy Butler. When he needed to make big plays for his team, he did. But Baltimore, since that man retired, we haven't shown we can be able to do it. It is what it is. At this point, it doesn't matter what you do the rest of the season. You'll probably go on, have a great season, put up a lot of great numbers, a lot of great touchdowns, a lot of great highlights. But nobody's going to care because you showed us once again you can't win on the big stage. And your next opportunity to show us if you could do it, though everyone's already lost faith in you, is the playoffs. You can't win in the playoffs. What are you? You're just a regular season quarterback. All you do is just put up stats. Simple as that. I have nothing left to say about this team. All I can say is, Chiefs fans, if you want to flame Ravens fans all week, go ahead and do it. If you want, in fact, go around to every single Ravens-orientated YouTube channel and just go ahead and flame us. You can flame me. You can flame Cold Raven, although he ain't really going to take that. You can flame Joe Nubo. You can go around and flame Engraven. Flame whoever you want to flame. You can go ahead and flame us. Look back at our old takes of what we said towards this game and just flame us. And especially just go around and flame all the fans that were talking big smack before the game about how the Ravens were going to dominate the Chiefs. Go ahead. You guys deserve it. Because you guys have shown you can win on the big stage. You guys have shown you can come back down from a huge deficit. You have developed what you've needed in order to win. I said in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. You beat the Patriots last year. You got to the playoffs. You overcame 3 double-digit deficits, and you won the Super Bowl. You're the best. No one can take that away from you. You are the best, and you will remain the best until somebody can knock you off. Though at this point, I doubt anybody can. So Chiefs fans, go ahead and talk whatever you want. In fact, if you're watching this video, leave it in the comment section. Just talk all that trash to me, and I'm going to agree with everything you say. I am tired. I've been talking for so long. I've got nothing left to say. You guys have a great night. Ravens, we are what we are. We're a fake Super Bowl contender. And until we can prove we can win in the playoffs, that's all we're going to be. I don't care what Ravens flocks think about what I said. I don't care if they think of me as some Ravens hater or they isolate me from the Ravens flock. I don't care. This is what we are. And until we can prove to the NFL and to the world that we can win on the big stage, that's all we're going to be. You can go 15-1 this season, be like, oh man, when we lost to Mahomes, the Chiefs were a different team. It don't matter. It don't matter. Until you can prove you can win, and the only way you're going to do that is through the playoffs. Until you show us you can win on the big stage, nobody's going to believe you're a Super Bowl contender. They can hype it up all they want. Regular season and playoffs are 2 different animals. And sadly, we don't have the Rough Riders that can help us overcome that, especially not on defense. That's all I got to say, man. I'd probably be a lot more angry and breaking stuff if Miami wasn't in the finals, but at least I got one team I know that I can count on. Even if they do lose to the Lakers, nobody expected us to be in the finals. They came up clutch against both the Bucks and Celtics, so whatever happens, whatever happens. We got a young team there, so I'm excited to see what they can do in the finals. Anyway, that's all I got. Ravens flock, say whatever you want about me. Say whatever you want about what I said. I don't care. That is all I got, and I'm out of here. Peace.